Hello, loves. Hello, hello. It's Hills here from the Blue Flame Apothecary. We are almost arrived at the Pisces Blue Super Full Moon. The biggest moon of the entire year. And this is meant literally in that the moon is the closest to the Earth in orbit that it will be all year during this lunation. Full moons, the moon itself affects the tides, the waters of the Earth. During supermoons, we have what are referred to as king tides, the highest of the high tides and the lowest of the low tides. So during this Piscean lunation, we will have the highest tides and the lowest tides also. When we think of the waters of the earth, this is connected very, very, very deeply to our emotional being, the waters of our being, our emotionality. Our emotional bodies are being lit up during this lunation. Our emotional bodies are being lit up. This is also a blue moon. Blue moons are what we currently call any second full moon in a month. So we had the full moon on the 1st of August, and now we have the full moon on the 30th of August, twice. These are quite rare. Every year and a half to 2 years, we'll have a blue moon. A supermoon, that's also a blue moon, is more like every decade or so. Sometimes there's wiggle room in all of this, of course, but it's generally around a decade. During this full moon, we find the sun at 7 degrees of Virgo and the moon at 7 degrees of Pisces. The sun is standing a little bit on its own. There is other energy in Virgo. Mercury is retrograding in Virgo. Pallas Athena is also in Virgo, but not conjunct by degree. Not conjunct by degree. The moon across the wheel is making some conjunctions to the asteroid named Magdalena, as well as to the royal fixed star Fomalhaut, if I'm saying that correctly, and to the retrograding Saturn, all in Pisces. Fomalhaut and Magdalena are currently exactly conjunct at 4 degrees. Saturn is a little off at 3, and the moon, of course, is at 7. This is a very feelings moon. Fomalhaut is the guardian of the southern gate in the royal fixed stars. There's 4 of them. Fomalhaut stands across from Regulus, and if you caught that update when the sun was conjunct, you'll know Regulus is the guardian of the northern gate and connects to where we're going. Fomalhaut connects to where we've been. Saturn retrograding in Pisces is also very connected to where we've been. Where have we gone? What have we done? And this Piscean energy, it's what are the foundations that we've created around our spiritual beliefs? Around our spiritual beliefs. Piscean energy is higher heart. It is connected to Compassion. It is connected to our dreams. It can be a little bit aloof also. Piscean energy is connected to monks and hermits. And we can start to build from there on how, when we are coming more and more into our spiritual gifts, as we are clearing out old traumas related to our spiritual gifts, we may want to take some time alone to get to know ourselves, our internal mechanisms more clearly, more better, more truly, so that we can come back out into the world and engage with people from that space. There's a lot going on during this full moon with other aspects, the nodes and Jupiter and Uranus. Uranus is actually going retrograde the day before the full moon. So depending on when you're watching this and where you're located, Uranus is turning retrograde on the 28th or 29th. It will be fully retrograde by the 29th everywhere. So as we're coming into this full moon energy, Uranus slowly starts to turn around. And it's very interesting because it's not really going to move all that much throughout the rest of this year. Less than a degree. It's going to be just kind of drilling down at the 23rd and 22nd degrees of Taurus. There's a sense of waking up to more of our true states of being, more of our true states of being. This is Taurus energy. I'm feeling where we're going to go, because before I hit record, the messaging that I was getting was, we're going to keep this really tight to the full moon and the sun themselves. And I'm just feeling if that is still true in this moment. Yes. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about some ways to work with the full moon energy. The full moon is going to peak at 6:35 p.m. Pacific on the 30th, Wednesday. So for many of us, the full moon will actually occur on Thursday. And the guidance that I have been receiving is, regardless of where you are on this planet, this full moon being so big is asking us to take that whole 48-hour period from the time you wake up on Wednesday morning until the time you go to bed Thursday night, to really allow yourself to be in this energy, to allow the waves of grief that might need to come through, to allow yourself to be in all of this water. We're going to take it through the complementary frequencies that the opposite sides of this full moon hold. The sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces. The sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces. We're going to start with the sun in Virgo. We're going to start with that virgin energy, that wholeness unto self energy. One of the characteristics, the commonly seen versions of Virgoan energy, has a bit of like a type A-ness to it, a running of the fine-tooth comb. If you saw the twin flames Mercury retrograde video, there's a lot of reminder that it's categorizing and clearing out. It's pulling apart and examining sorts of energy. We can think of this in terms of the virgin energy, that purity energy. It's not puritanical. It's not puritanical. It is purity. It is pulling everything apart, clearing the debris from the lines so that you can see the delicate interweavings, the beautiful. One of the visions that I keep getting of this is of a spider web. Sometimes the beautiful weaving of the web gets a little bit ravaged by the wind or the rain, the other elements, and a person walking through it. And as we move in this Virgo energy, we can feel how what we're doing is we're collecting all of that debris, all of the places where threads have become disconnected or clumped together. We're pulling those out so that we can reweave, and the entire beautiful, delicate, fine lace patterning, the beautiful grid of light that is our beingness can be revealed, can be seen, and can catch the light in so many beautiful ways. So if we feel how the sun, our outward expression of self, is connected to now in Virgo, this energy of clearing the field and reweaving, getting everything in its place and releasing. Full moons are also really strong, powerful, releasing energies, releasing anything that isn't part of this beautiful weaving. Piscean energy, where the moon is. Here we have coming into right relationship with our higher heart. We come into a state of dreaming. And sometimes my team and guides like to call themselves the dream weavers. And this energy, this Virgo Pisces axis, is a beautiful representation of what it means to be a dream weaver. To allow yourself to go into your dream time, whether physically going to sleep and going into your dream time through deep meditation, allowing yourself to go into a trance state and visioning with your heart, with your higher heart, with the deepest chamber of your heart, all of the beautiful, glittering light work, the lattice work of light that surrounds you and that runs within you. And to allow the sun to reflect this massive, huge amount of light onto your physical being, so that you can see through this light from the moon all of the emotional debris that you've been carrying around, all of the other, yes, thank you for that. The other day I saw a short little video on Instagram, and it was a massive ship out in the ocean that had a net, and it had been dragging this net along the ocean, collecting all of the plastic. And they have been doing this for many, many years now, and they're coming into greater capacity. They're perfecting the ability to drag this plastic, to collect more and more and more of this plastic. And can we feel this net dragging through our waters, through the waters of our being, pulling up all of the garbage that doesn't need to be there anymore. And then we can sort through it and get it recycled. Get it recycled. You see, when we are clearing out our emotional bodies or our mental bodies or our physical bodies, our spiritual bodies, we're not doing that in a way of, I shame you. You are not part of me anymore. Get away from me. It's, ooh, look at all of this that I've collected. Oh my goodness, look, there's like Cracker Jack prizes in here. Amazing. Thank you so much. You sort through everything. And that maybe that's why I'm hearing, let's spend 48 hours. Let's spend 2 full days with this moon. Let's really get in there. Let's pull up all of this stuff that's been floating in the rivers of our being, through our veins and through our cerebral fluids and through just all of our heart and our emotions, all of the ways in which we have been shaming ourselves, shaming our grief, all that we have been telling ourselves not to do because of this, that, the other. All of this love, all of this love that's inside of us. Because if you're grieving something, it means you love it. It means there's love there. If you are afraid of something, that means there's probably love in there too. There's love everywhere. Love is in everything. Even anger. There's love inside. Our job is to witness it, to share more love with that emotion that we have previously shamed or othered about ourselves, about the expression of, to say, oh, I see you. And through that, it opens up. It blooms like a flower, and we're able to find that beautiful nectar, that love that's inside of it. And then it can release, it can be recycled. Just like all that plastic in the ocean. Yes, we can sit there and shake our fists in fury and rage that there's plastic in the ocean. How dare we? But it doesn't get the plastic out of the ocean, does it? No. So why not get in there? Let's get in there. Pull up all this plastic inside of our beings. And we all have actually a lot of plastic inside our beings. That's a literal thing. Like, pull it up and be like, okay, I see you. I see you. I ate fish. I ate this thing. I breathe the air. There's plastic in everything. Let me find it. Let me find it. Oh, and now I can make this thing. Now I can make this thing. Now this has more space. Ooh. Let me feel. Let me feel here. As we're working over this next couple of days with this Pisces full moon, it comes in also to share that September 4th is a massive portal for us. It is big. There's a lot going on. I'm going to record another update just for September 4th. And a little teaser here is that Venus at the 12-degree, 12-minute of Leo turns around on September 4th as Jupiter at the 15-degree of Taurus in square to Venus on that same day, within a few hours of each other, shifts retrograde. We also have some massive activations of the North and South Node happening on September 4th. In many ways, the Piscean full moon that we're experiencing Wednesday and Thursday feels like it is preparing our beingness for the massive activation that's possible over the window of September 4th. This is being energetically templated for us through the Fomalhaut Magdalena conjunction with the moon. Fomalhaut, again, southern gate, and also connected to Gabriel, Archangel Gabriel. So revealing messages, healing. Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of healing. Virgo is also the sign of healing. It's connected to healing. So what we're being offered during this full moon, should we choose to accept, is a beautiful energy portal for deep diving into our emotional bodies, to going into all of the stories, all of the ways and all of the myths, all of the things that exist from not just this incarnation, but through our bloodlines. Pisces is very connected to blood. Think of the blood as the ocean running through our veins, the rivers of Gaia in our physical bodies. They are representations of one another. And so the blood is a very, very, very potent place to work during this Pisces full moon. So one of the ways that you could access this is through your ancestral lines, allowing old stagnant emotions that you've been carrying that actually belong to your grandmother or your grandfather to rise up to the surface, to be pulled up in this tidal wave up to the surface so that you can view them, so that you can connect in with your ancestors and say, thank you so much for all of the gifts of my blood. I return this now to you. It is not mine to carry. It is not mine to carry. And they can then take it and allow it to be alchemized. Allow it to be alchemized. And this is whether your grandparents or ancestors are alive or they have transitioned, you can play with this. And it could be a really beautiful time if you're in communication with your family to, talk to your mother or father, your aunts or uncles, your cousins about shared emotional traits that so many people in your family are expressing in various ways. Through connecting into that, then you can come through and allow a deeper connection to where that is carried in your system and then release it. Let me feel. Tomorrow, I'm recording this on Monday. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll be recording the transmission for the members portal and posting that within our members portal. If the members portal is something that calls to you, there will be a link below. What I'm feeling really loudly is that this full moon cycle, the transmission is going to be a massive activation of the violet blue flame and of our connection to our connection to our bloodlines, to our lineage, and that it's coming through, that it is going to help us further open the door so that we can walk through the September 4th energies with a stronger backbone. The stronger backbone. A lot of this energy has to do with Uranus also, and Uranus is connected to the Kundalini, to our backbones, to our spines, and all of this energy. Everything's connected. Everything's connected. Feel into the coil of energy at the base of your spine that rises up, and how your spine connects to your rib cage, which envelops your lungs and your heart, and that is what fuels your body, your air, and your blood all together in one location. And that massive electromagnetic field that runs through and beyond all of that. This is what we're going to do in the members portal. So if that calls, come check out the link below. I am still working on the cosmic light drops. This is a big one, and so I am bringing it through in stages. And that's kind of what this Pisces full moon feels like, is bringing it through in stages. That's why we're being given 48 hours to work with it. and then some, because we'll move into September 4th. Let me feel if there's one little piece. Oh yes, so the cosmic light drops. There will be a link below. You can sign up to receive it or to read it if that calls. Just go over to blueflameapothecary.com. We're going to finish with a couple of really quick ways to work with this energy. Showers and baths, running water. So if you can find a stream or a river nearby, working with the water that you drink also. One of the things that I do is when I pour my water, I allow love light to flow. And therefore, even though I'm drinking filtered tap water, hetchy as Mike calls it, it's becoming structured. It's also structured because I use a Shanghai Flower of Life coaster for my water. Speaking of, some crystals that would be really good. Ocean jasper. Blue kyanite. Blue apatite. Would be a beautiful one. And you can tune into this one right here if that calls. Celestite would be another beautiful crystal to work with during this lunation. Shanghai, black tourmaline, anything that helps to connect you to your emotional body and then pull up. Black obsidian is always good for that. Neptune is very strong during this lunation in Pisces retrograde. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. And Neptune is connected to the dreams and to the veil, to pulling back the veil. In retrograde, Neptune helps us to pull back the veils within, those things that we have hidden from ourselves, and they can be revealed to us in our dreams. This is part of that whole 48 hours that we're given to work with this Piscean full moon. Also, allow it to be part of your day waking practice, but also as you go into the dream time, call upon your guides, call upon your higher self, say a prayer. Please allow me to access that which I am unable to access in my waking state as I travel the astral and causal planes. Help me to wake with a keep hearing the word interpretation, with an ability to translate that which I received and help me to clear out any debris in my astral plane while I'm in this dream time. Sometimes when we are in our dream times, rather than navigating the higher astral planes, the causal plane, the ethereal plane, we actually navigate the lower astral planes. And when we're doing this, part of it is that there is something in there that we are ready to let go of, that we are ready to clear out. And so asking for protection of our guides, of the divine beings of light that hold space for us, of the angels and the Elohim, the ascended masters, whatever language your ancestors speaks to you. I usually use all of them. Call in all of my resources. I call in all of the resources, all of the beautiful beings of divine light who work with me to help me, to protect me as I transit these realms, so that I may clear what's ready to clear and receive what's ready to be received. Allowing me to become more open and more whole. So you can use that one if you want to. But one of the big pieces also is when you come back from the dream time journey, and again, this is whether you're going into dream time for sleep for the night, or you're going into a dream time, an astral trance state meditation, when you emerge out the other side, writing down, allowing a stream of consciousness writing, a free flow writing to emerge, to come out of you, can really help you to navigate what transpired, what you received, and what you released. This is such a powerful time that we're in. This whole rest of this year is really, really profound. There is going to be a lot of letting go, of closing loops, of tying off loose ends, of releasing old stagnant things, that which is rotting and decaying that we no longer need, but that we have gotten used to, that we've gotten used to. As we move through all of this energy, as we're letting go of all of those systems and structures that are not fitting in our current state of beingness, our current state of evolution, allow the radiant blue light, and we're going to come to a close here with the energy of the blue. This is, after all, a blue moon. Not that the moon itself is going to be blue, although you could play with that, right? View the moon and allow blue light to radiate through it. Blue light from the Virgin Mother, perhaps. Oh, that's a beautiful place. That's where, I see you, thank you. That's where we're going to end. We're going to call the Virgin Mother to shine, to radiate blue light through the sun in Virgo, which will hit the surface, the full surface of Luna, so close to our physicality. So close to our physicality. This light, this blue light, hits the surface of Luna and cascades down into our heart space. Cascades down into our heart space. This blue light that is divine love and compassion, that love that is truly and wholly without condition, And as it hits our hearts, it moves in to our blood, flows through our beings, down through all of our veins and up through all of our veins. And as it moves down, it extends out from the bottom of our feet, connects in with the grid of Gaia, all of the roots of all of the trees. Inviting us to anchor ever more of this beautiful blue light into our beings and onto the earth plane. And with that, as always and in always, so much and many loves to you from, through, and beyond the all dimensions.